So I'm back on camera today and your girl's looking sloy. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a story time, and let me just do a little rant. I'm highly upset because all of my lights are broken, so I'm just back to natural lighting until I order me some more bulbs off Amazon. And it's crazy because I have 3 lights and all 3 of them broke. But yeah, so I'm back on camera today and your girl's looking sloyd, girl. Yes, well, not really, because I just took my hair down or whatever. But if anybody wants to know what's on my lips, it is Violet Frenzy by Revlon, and I lined it with a black liner. Yes, girl, let's get a zoom on these lips. It's not that pigmented up close, but you guys feel it. And the nails are done. Yes, hunty. I finally found myself a new nail tech, so I will be going back to get my nails every 2 weeks. Done every 2 weeks. Yeah, right. Okay, so anytime, this is going to be the story of when I got jumped. This is going to be one of those fake titles where I say I got jumped, but I really didn't, but I actually really got jumped. So this story takes place when your girl is like 7 or 8. Yeah, I was like 7 or 8 at the time, and the way that it happened, it was so crazy. So, you know, when you're younger, you and your friends always go to the park or whatever. So, I'm sorry, my hair itch. But so I was 7 or 8, and I always went outside with my friends after school on the weekends. I was just always outside, and we had, where I lived at, there was like 3 to 4 different parks. There was one outside my building, there was one across the street from Dwayne Reed, then there was another one next to Dwayne Reed, and then there was one somewhere else. So me and my friends always parked hop, is what I call it, and we were just always having fun, and we would always play Survivor or Truth or Dare or one of those type of games. I don't know if anybody else played Survivor when they were younger. Thumbs up if you did. So anyway, Survivor is just like how it was on the TV show, but we just didn't do crazy stuff. Or we did do crazy stuff, I just can't remember. So there was one day that we were playing Survivor, and this girl that lived in our building, like my friends in our building, nobody really liked her because everybody thought she was dirty because she always had roaches coming out of her apartment. They would literally be crawling on the outside of the door into the hallway, and everybody just thought that she was dirty, so nobody really liked her. And mind you, at the time, I hang out with all kids who are way older than me. So being younger, I just followed suit because I thought that was the thing to do. Now that I'm older, I know that it isn't. So this one particular day, she wanted to play with us, and we were playing Survivor. So we did our challenge or whatever, and you know, when it comes down to voting, you basically have to vote somebody off the island. So of course, since everybody didn't like this girl, we all took our pieces of papers and pens, whatever we had, and wrote her name down on the paper. So my friend, who's the host, was always supposed to announce who's getting kicked off the island, which the island was the park, and you had to leave the park and you couldn't come back till the next day. So he didn't want to say it because he was scared of this girl. So they told me, the youngest person in the group, to tell her. And I was like, okay, I'll tell her, I don't care. So I was like, you're kicked off the island, you gotta leave the park right now, and you're not allowed to come back till tomorrow. You're out of here. Bye, girl. Well, I didn't say bye, girl, because bye wasn't a thing. Bye, girl wasn't a thing back then. So I was like, bye, you gotta go. See you later. Deuces. Bye. Adios. And I guess she took offense to that. So she left the park, and we continued to play our game or whatever. But our friends, when they got voted off, they didn't leave, they just sat there. So she comes back a couple of minutes later, because our building wasn't that far from the park. So she comes back a couple minutes later, and she comes back with her sisters and her little brother, and they all start yelling at me. She's like, I'm kicked off the island, I'm out the park, blah blah blah. And her sister's saying the same thing. Mind you, these girls are like 3 or 4 years older than me. And they're steady going on. So I was like, you know what, I'll leave because y'all not about to yell at me because y'all are not my mama. So they started saying, we're gonna beat you up. And mind you, I'm young. Ain't nobody else sticking up for me but me. So I think that they are literally going to attack me. So I get on my bike and I start pedaling as fast as I can. And where the park is, around the corner is the ferry. Because I lived in North Jersey. So it was the Hudson River. So it's New Jersey and New York, and there was a ferry. So I knew that it was time for my mom to get off the ferry. So I was cutting around this corner so I could meet my mom so they could stop. But I kind of clipped the corner, so I fell off the bike, and then her sisters and brothers were just like throwing jabs at me. And mind you, I'm stuck under my bike, so I can't even get off of the bike. So they're doing all this, and my mom hits the corner, her and my godmom, and they see this happen, and they start running, and they pull these kids off of me, and the little boy's like to mom, get the fuck off me, get the fuck off me, or whatever. And she was like, I don't know who you think you talking to, and tossed him. So yeah, all my friends that were there, they had followed this mob all the way to where the scene was taking place. And you know, my mom went to the girl's house and told her mom, and her mom had attitude about like the girl getting kicked off the island. She was like, well, your daughter shouldn't be doing that. She was like, they do this all the time. Your daughter doesn't hang out with these kids. And at the time, like, you know, I was mad at my friends because, you know, they didn't do anything. But at that age, like, how old were they? They had to be like maybe 8 or 9. Like, I feel like still at that age, you really don't know right from wrong to do in that situation. So after a couple days had passed, we were back to our normal. And yeah, ever since then, I never got jumped again. And first of all, I would never even get jumped to this day, because like I told you guys, and my roommate, my worst roommate ever, I would take on 4 girls at one time. Like I told you, I'm TTG, trained to go because of that incident, always ready to go. Just remember that, okay? And this concludes my story time. Thumbs up if you like this video. Also, thumbs up if you want more videos like this. I have lots of stories to tell. Like, my childhood was pretty crazy, okay? So that is it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.